Hi, welcome to our Security Architect interview prep session. In this video, we'll cover governance, risk and compliance, also known as GRC, and architecture concepts. I'll go through 30 likely interview questions and provide detailed answers you can use to ace your interview. Let's get started. What is the role of a security architect in an organization? A security architect provides strategic guidance and solutions to secure IT systems in alignment with business objectives. They advise other architects and ensure that developers integrate security controls like IAM, encryption, and access management into applications and systems. How does security architecture relate to business and IT architecture? Security architecture sits at the intersection of business and IT architecture. Business architecture defines operations and goals, IT architecture provides the systems and tools, and security architecture ensures these systems are secure, reliable, and compliant. What is enterprise architecture and why is it important? Enterprise architecture, EA, maximizes the effectiveness of machines, processes, and information resources to achieve business goals. Security architecture integrates security into enterprise architecture to protect all enterprise assets and ensure operations are secure and aligned with objectives. What are your responsibilities regarding governance, risk management, and compliance, GRC? GRC responsibilities include governance, define roles, responsibilities, and operational rules. Risk management, identify and mitigate potential risks. Compliance, ensure adherence to laws, regulations, and standards such as GDPR, HIPAA, PCI DSS, or SOX. How do you protect organizational assets? Assets are protected using the CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, availability. Security architects translate governance and compliance requirements into actionable controls like encryption, access management, and monitoring. Can you explain the difference between governance and management? Governance, strategic, top leadership driven, focuses on evaluate, direct, monitor, EDM. Management, operational execution of governance, covering plan, build, run, and monitor activities. What key regulations and standards should a security architect be familiar with? GDPR, HIPAA, PCI DSS, SOX OECD privacy principles. US laws like GLBA, CCPA, FedRAMP, FISMA, NERSC, CIP. These ensure security solutions comply with legal and regulatory requirements. Q8. How do you handle system interactions like system of interest, enabling systems, and other systems? System of interest, SOI. Core system controlled by the organization. Enabling systems, directly support SOI, IAM, HSM, cloud, full security responsibility. Other systems, external interactions, third-party systems, monitor risk, limited control. What challenges might a security architect face? Common challenges include integrating security into systems not designed with security in mind, moving from isolated systems to integrated enterprise systems, aligning technical solutions with business objectives, regulatory compliance, and risk tolerance. Gap analysis is a key tool to transition from current to desired secure state. What architectural frameworks do you use as a security architect? Popular frameworks include SABSA, Security Architecture Layered Approach, Zachman Framework, Enterprise Architecture, TOGAF, Enterprise Architecture Framework, FEAF, Federal Enterprise Architecture Framework. Focus on understanding high-level purpose, benefits, and integration with security rather than deep matrix details. How do you ensure security is integrated into business processes? Security architects analyze business processes and identify where IT systems interact. They embed security controls such as authentication, authorization, and encryption directly into these processes to ensure security is not an afterthought, but a part of the workflow. How do you perform a gap analysis for security architecture? Gap analysis involves comparing the current state of systems, processes, and controls against the desired secure state. You identify weaknesses, missing controls, or compliance gaps, then define corrective actions, security policies, and technical solutions to close the gaps. Can you explain the difference between enabling systems and other systems? Enabling systems directly support your core system and are under your control, e.g., IAM, cloud platforms. Full security responsibility lies with your organization. Other systems interact indirectly or passively with your core system, e.g., third-party payment gateways. You monitor risks and rely on contracts or audits for assurance. How do you collaborate with other architects and engineers? Security architects provide strategic guidance and technical solutions, while other architects design their domains, network, applications. Security engineers implement your controls. Collaboration involves workshops, design reviews, and clear documentation to ensure solutions meet security, compliance, and business requirements. How do you approach securing legacy systems? Legacy systems may lack built-in security features. Security architects assess risks, design compensating controls, e.g., network segmentation, encryption proxies, IAM integration, and work with engineers to implement protections without disrupting business operations. What is the EDM framework and how is it applied in security architecture? EDM stands for Evaluate, Direct, Monitor. It is used in governance to ensure top leadership evaluates business goals, directs security strategy, and monitors outcomes. Security architects use EDM to align controls with enterprise objectives and provide visibility to CISO/CIO for decision-making. How do you evaluate regulatory requirements for a new project? Security architects review applicable laws, regulations, and standards, GDPR, HIPAA, PCI DSS, etc., based on the project's location, data type, and business process. They map these requirements into technical and administrative controls to ensure compliance from design to implementation. How do you ensure visibility across enterprise systems? Visibility is achieved by documenting IT systems, mapping interactions, monitoring logs, and tracking dependencies. This allows leadership to make informed decisions and ensures security architects can enforce controls consistently across the enterprise. How do you balance security with business objectives? Security architects align controls with business goals, risk tolerance, and compliance requirements. They avoid overly restrictive measures that hinder operations while ensuring critical assets are protected. Risk-based decision-making is key to achieving this balance. Can you explain your approach to protecting sensitive data? Sensitive data is protected using the CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, availability. Security architects define encryption, access controls, monitoring, and logging. They also ensure data privacy compliance with laws such as GDPR, HIPAA, or CCPA. Controls are integrated at both the system and process levels. What are the CIA principles and why are they important? CIA stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. These principles guide the protection of organizational assets. Confidentiality ensures only authorized access, integrity ensures data is accurate and unaltered, and availability ensures systems and data are accessible when needed. How do you integrate security into enterprise architecture frameworks like TOGAF or SABSA? Security architects map business objectives and regulatory requirements into the layers of the framework. For example, in SABSA, security is addressed across business, risk, logical, and physical layers, ensuring that controls are applied consistently throughout enterprise systems. How do you handle third-party or external system dependencies? External systems are assessed indirectly via contracts, audits, or security questionnaires. Security architects monitor interactions and define security expectations, but they cannot directly control the system. This reduces risk while maintaining necessary business functionality. How do you ensure IAM solutions are effectively integrated? Security architects define IAM policies, roles, and access controls aligned with business needs. They ensure authentication, authorization, and auditing are implemented. Security engineers then enforce these controls within applications, databases, and cloud systems. How do you assess and manage risk for a new IT project? Risk assessment involves identifying threats, vulnerabilities, and potential impacts on the business. Security architects then define mitigations, select appropriate controls, and ensure compliance with regulations. The process is iterative and updated as the project evolves. How do you secure enabling systems like HSMs, firewalls, or cloud platforms? Enabling systems are directly under your control. Security architects perform risk assessments, configure strong authentication, enforce access controls, and monitor logs to ensure the system supports the main system securely. Can you describe a scenario where you recommended controls for regulatory compliance? For instance, in GDPR compliance, a security architect may define encryption at rest and in transit, role-based access controls, logging, and incident response procedures. These measures ensure personal data is protected and breaches are reported within mandated timeframes. What are common challenges in aligning security with business processes? Challenges include legacy systems not designed with security in mind, business pressure for faster deployment, conflicts between strict controls and operational flexibility. Security architects must find a balance through risk-based, pragmatic solutions. How do you perform monitoring and reporting for governance purposes? Security architects define metrics, dashboards, and reports that show compliance, risks, and control effectiveness. These provide leadership visibility and inform decisions aligned with enterprise governance. What are the key considerations when designing a system of interest, SOI? Key considerations include identifying assets that need protection, mapping dependencies with enabling systems and external systems, applying security controls based on business, regulatory, and risk requirements, ensuring monitoring and incident response are integrated. That's a wrap on 30 security architect interview questions for GRC and architecture. Remember, your role bridges business, IT, and security. Focus on GRC, enterprise visibility, risk management, and compliance. If you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video covering security design and technology architecture.